Hey, what's up, everybody? So I wanted to make a video. I don't really feel like making a video, I'll be honest, but since it's been a while since I've last made a video, I just wanted to um, let everyone know. Not that there probably wasn't anyone that noticed or worrying since it's like only been like a week, but I'm still here, still alive. I'm doing okay. Still been you know, dealing with depression. I've had a lot of anxiety too the past week, about all sorts of stupid stuff. Like I had to, I won't go into it too much, but as house lead of this recovery house, I had to have a difficult conversation with one of the other housemates. I was super anxious about that. I am anxious about the government shutdown and very likely not getting food stamps next month. That certainly hurts quite a bit just because my income is pretty limited. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. So that's really stressful. I'm really anxious about that. Just other stuff. So, like just waking up just depressed and just like feeling super anxious. Sometimes about nothing. It's like a physical anxiety. I really hate it. It's just like I feel super tense. Uh, and also with the depression, it just like I haven't really been doing too much. My self care has been okay. Like I've been showering most days, which is good. I have been going to the gym, pretty almost consistently. There has been a day or two where I didn't go, and because I was feeling more depressed. But I'm just, trying to do what I can. I just, man, just haven't had any interest in really doing anything. Like even going to the gym and like working out isn't really fun or like enjoyable. Um, Honestly, all I really want to do is just lay in bed and just like bed rot all day. Um, I think that's the right term. Uh, yeah, it just sucks, man. I've been just having an increase in desires to not exist. That's been happening pretty frequently. And then also some fantasizing about, um, you know, um, I guess KMS. I'll say that, even though it should be KM because myself is a one word, but I know most people say KMS. Um, so been thinking about that quite a bit. Not like super actively, not like I'm planning anything, but it's just like like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes is all I would need to like get some stuff set up, um, and then just perform the act, um, and then just be done. Just be done with life. I know that sounds like really grim and like really morbid. I'm sure there's some that are watching this that can understand with that thought process. But I know some other people are just like what the heck, dude? Like, what is wrong with you? And don't understand, and that's okay. Like, I don't expect everyone to understand or like because it is like such a morbid thought, but I mean that's just how like my I think and how I feel. It's just I'm just tired of life, like in general, let alone dealing with feeling depressed and anxious and stressed, worrying about stuff, having very little interest in doing stuff. It's just like, what's the point of living? So yeah, I've been dealing with all that, but all in all, I would say like I've been trucking along, which I guess I don't know if proud is the right word, but I am pretty. Um, I think that's like a pretty good win for myself. You know, because it just sometimes it's hard, like even just I know it sounds so pathetic, but it's just like sometimes even like getting out of bed and showering is just is so challenging. Yeah, I don't know. I meet with my counselor again tomorrow, so hopefully that will be a good session. um, Hold on a second. Hopefully that'll be a good session. The Abilify this Wednesday will be 3 weeks on Abilify. I know it takes longer than that, but I don't really feel like it's been doing that much. I mean, it is a low dose, but I'm still kind of confused how an antipsychotic, which like is a dopamine antagonist, like it blocks the dopamine receptors and doesn't allow dopamine to interact with those receptors. It's just interesting how like that's prescribed for depression. Like I trust my prescriber, and I have like done some research, and yes, that is true. But it's just like I don't know. It just seems paradoxical. But I don't know. Maybe it's like the low dose, like maybe like is low enough where like it makes your dopamine receptors like more sensitive, or increases the amount of receptors because some of them are being blocked. You know, I don't know. But again, either way, it doesn't seem like it's having much of an effect one way or another, which I am thankful for, like, you know, with the lack of side effects, just because antipsychotics can have some pretty serious side effects. So, yeah, thankful to not be having experienced any of those. So, yeah, what else? I don't know. Honestly, like I said, I don't even really feel like talking. I don't really feel like doing this video, but maybe that's why I've been feeling more depressed and anxious, because I haven't been doing these videos and like, you know, essentially journaling, video journaling. Maybe, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think that might be a good chunk of why I'm feeling more anxious and depressed. Because I'll admit too, like I don't really have any friends. I have like two people I used to be friends with and like still talk to occasionally, but not very often. So it's like I don't have. And then I talk my parents, but like you know, um, I don't talk to them about everything. So it's like I don't really have anyone to like talk, you know, talk about stuff to. So that's I mean the counselor tomorrow will be helpful, but yeah, maybe now that I'm kind of talking about it, I think not doing these videos has had a negative effect on me. So even though I'm probably not gonna want to make videos for a while, maybe I should still do that for my own mental health, my own benefit. And I mean, honestly, it's like it's so low effort. I mean, like I don't put like any effort into making these videos. I know that sounds like really bad, but like I don't know. I think the raw, unedited, one take, you know, ramblings of a crazy person or depressed person. Well, I guess a little eccentric too, I would say. I think I've joked about it before in a previous video, but I feel like I'm kind of cluster A personality disorder, like schizotypal or schizoid personality disorder. What the fuck? What was that? So yeah. Even if I don't feel like doing videos, I should probably still do videos. It's not like I have to do them for make a long video, and like I said, not put a lot of effort in it. But at least it gives me a way to kind of again journal. Like for me, like doing it in like a notebook or a piece of paper. I just don't really enjoy writing, especially handwriting. I guess I could do it on the computer, but I don't know. I prefer this method a lot. And again, you know, it is kind of cool that I get to upload these videos online and like, you know, share it with people, anyone that's interested. And it's nice too because it allows me to practice like honesty and vulnerability. That's something that I've lacked a lot of in my adult life. Dealing with addiction for most of my adult life. So, being in recovery and a little over 3.5 years sober, this is nice to like be able to just be like completely like vulnerable and yeah, just I don't know, like well, I've talked about like a lot of different stuff on this channel, so yeah, it's just nice to be like just vulnerable and like not guarded, especially to like the whole internet. Like I'm not just like being vulnerable and practicing honesty like with one or a few people. It's like the whole internet. So I think that's kind of a big part of it too. That helps me. So yeah, ultimately, I just kind of wanted to just make a video and let everyone know, like, yeah, I've been missing in action for a week, maybe a little longer than a week. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Um, with the thoughts I described earlier, I don't think hanging in there is a great term I should be using. Because that's kind of related. But I've been like I said earlier, I guess trucking along. I've been doing what I can, just kind of taking it day by day, and just try to be mindful and like handle challenges in the present moment, not try to worry about the future, and not feel depressed and down and full of regret looking at the past. Just kind of focusing on now. But sometimes that's really hard to do, especially when your brain is just thinking so much and worrying about all sorts of stuff. It's hard to kind of draw yourself back to the present moment. But I feel a little better. I do feel a little better after making this video. After this, or pretty soon after this, I probably will go to bed. Like it's 3:30 right now, but I think around 4:30, I'm gonna just take my sleep meds and supplements, and then just go to bed. Sleep until like 7 tomorrow. I have been also occasionally using my my hoodie. My sweatshirt is blocking it, but that's my exercise bike. I guess I use it as like a coat rack when I'm not using it. But I've been occasionally using the bike in the morning, so I do plan on, hopefully maybe I'll feel better after like a bunch of sleep today, because like 4 to 7, that's like 15 hours of sleep. Of course, it's not going to all be consistent. Like I do wake up multiple times in the night in general, so I'm sure I'll wake up a handful of times, which sucks. I just definitely don't feel well rested ever, which really sucks, even if I am in bed for quite a long time. But that just sounds nice. Just not being awake right now or conscious would be really nice. So, and hopefully after all that sleep, like I was saying, I plan on waking up at 7. Hopefully maybe I can get some a bike session in before I meet with my counselor, because that's going to be at 9, so that gives me 2 hours, enough time to wake up and then do like 30 to 45 minutes of the bike, just because I do want to work on my cardiovascular, and it's nice because at least it gives me some form of exercise, so later in the day, if I don't feel like going to the gym, at least I still did something. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm not making any promises, but I will try to plan on making more videos in the near future, for my benefit. So yeah, that's about it. I hope everyone else is doing well. I'm sure there's others that are struggling as well. like I said, you know, just hopefully practice mindfulness and just kind of take one challenge at a time in the present and just move forward day by day. But I know that's hard to do. So that's all I'll say. I'm not going to offer any advice or suggestions to people that are struggling as well. You know, we all find our ways of dealing with the struggle. So yeah, I hope though everyone's, you know, managing. And you know, as always, I really appreciate you all for watching this video. I will see you guys next time.